All right. So, one of the things when you look at our verse here for today, it says, "Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." Now, we'll just stop there and really just kind of think about what that is asking us to do, to actually provide a sacrifice, which is our bodies, our will, our mind to God. And this is what is being described as true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. That's a powerful verse when you think about all of the different things we struggle with on a day to day basis. It's rare that we're in a situation where things are perfect. In fact, it just doesn't happen. But what this is saying is that if we are bold enough, if we have enough courage to surrender our mind, to renew our mind, which is a direct reflection of our body, then we will be able to test and approve what God's will is. And it lays out how that will is good, pleasing, and perfect. And perfect is such an unfamiliar feeling that it might look foreign to us. In fact, it probably does. And so the thing that we just have to get in the habit of doing is trying our best to really live what this scripture is encouraging us to do, which is renewing our mind so that we might understand what God's will is for our life. And so then when you get to the key thought of living God's way is a life of surrender. That's also a foreign concept to us, surrendering. Sometimes, and in fact, most of the time, that's seen as a sign of weakness. But this is actually showing that this is living God's way. God's way is a life of surrender. And the results, we've already said before, they're perfect. So that is a challenge that we can all put in front of ourselves to think about what are some things that we can do to live more of a life of surrender. Looking at some of the discussion questions that we have here, when is the last time you did something crazy for God and what was it? And the story I'd like to share is just recently, I think the thing that I am doing is sharing in just thoughts that I have about my personal walk, my daily walk, with its ups, with its downs, and sharing just some things that I'm learning on a day to day basis with others, and leveraging social media as I can throughout that process, sharing different ways really to do something, quote unquote, outside the box for the benefit of God. And so I think the thing that goes along with that journey is you may start out alone. But the thing that you'll find, and the thing that I'm finding is as I'm sharing more and more of my journey, it's actually resonating with other people. And other people are discovering, hey, I am not alone either. And that type of connection can help bring more and more of us together. Um, and then the other thing just to know is all of these types of actions, these are examples of ways that we can surrender our mind and our body as a living sacrifice. And that in itself is worship that is pleasing to God. So I think that's the thought that we can take with us this week. So whether you're near or far, the thing that I'd like to say is I thank you for taking the time just to kind of reflect on some of these scriptures. And we're going to continue this journey together. That's how we'll build caring families.